Hey guys, welcome back. This is Vortie here. We're going to be doing a quick guide on the event of Light and Dark, going on our way to fight Wilhelm. Wilhelm is quite the badass, and honestly, he shouldn't be too difficult depending on how you're running the party. So I'm just going to show you my party and what I'm going to be doing, and then you guys can kind of try and build something similar to that and kind of go over it. So, the idea behind Wilhelm is just have his attack broken and you're gonna do just fine. It's those times when his debuff breaks or he cleanses himself right away and then he attacks you that you're gonna be in trouble. So essentially what you want to make sure is that you have at least one sort of cover or provoke unit to try and keep the damage at least kind of facing towards them. Otherwise you want to make sure they keep they're gonna stay broken. So in previous events, you've probably seen me bring 2 healers. In this case, what I'm doing is I'm bringing 3 breakers, or 3 units that can actually break attack, depending on if I lose one or somebody falls or what's going on. So the way I have it built right now is kind of the party you're looking at, and I'll kind of explain why I picked those units. I'm not gonna say that any of these units are free to play or anything. Everybody's got a chance of picking the units. It's kind of the year that could be considered to be free to play, but I'm going to assume the majority of the people who have been around on my channel so far have been around since I kind of started my channel for 3 months. I've been playing for 6 months technically. I guess you can say like 7 months or whatever, which means 3 of those months I've been playing while I've been on YouTube. So I'm sure you guys have progressed along with me and I've unlocked some sort of TMs and TMRs and have gotten a little bit better. So I'm going to go and kind of show you what I picked up. Obviously your characters will not be this geared, but as you can see, as I fly through it, you're still going to be able to complete it. So if you're hunting just for the Trust Moogle, then just pick up, all 5 of your own characters and bring a strong friend and you're going to do fine. However, if you're trying to get the achievement of getting 4 units and maybe doing the limit burst or whatever, honestly, then go for it. The 4 unit setup, you get that the Trust Mastery, which is 15% magic. Honestly, the Trust Moogle is really what you're trying to get here, and if you're struggling with the 4 units, just drop it. You're going to be able to make up things better. Just like we have the event that's coming up, I would focus my efforts in the raid because you're going to be able to make up for that 15% magic 100 times over. It's going to be a waste of your time. But either way, I'm going to try and do the 4-man clear here, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing in case you really want to challenge yourself a little bit. So I'm bringing Noctis. My Noctis is really going to be there for throwing some magic damage now and then, but really I want to make sure that he's there in case one of my units gets KO'd, and specifically if your Stola gets knocked out. I want to make sure I can bring your Stola back so that she can continue to heal my party. That is exactly why I'm bringing Noctis. On top of that, he's got the capabilities of breaking attack. So again, the gear here is up to you. I'm kind of building him more towards evasion. I'm pretty close to having him maxed in evasion, so obviously you can kind of mix and match this. He's literally my support unit. I want to make sure he doesn't die so that I can res your Stola in case she needs it, but I don't think we're going to need it. So that's kind of what he's wearing. Literally, you can put Durandal, you can put anything on here. My only opinion, in any of the weapons you wear, make sure that they have some sort of elemental damage on them, because he is not fully immune to physical, but he does have a reduced 10% physical damage to him. So having some sort of elemental damage is going to make sure that you do some additional damage. And if you like, I'm bringing Excalibur, specifically looking for that light chaining. So if I do have all 3 of my units attack, they will be able to do a little bit of chaining, elemental chaining, to make sure that they do the damage, because I'm not going to be bringing magic casters because I don't think it's necessary. All right, so that's kind of the setup I have here. Obviously these are all TMs, these 3 here, and these are TMs. Like I said, I'm going to assume that you've been farming and been playing for a while, that you might actually be able to get some of the TMs. You don't have to have all of them, just some of them. All right, next one is going to be Orlando. So this is going to be my friend unit. Let's say that I brought a decked out friend. This is kind of going to be him. So essentially, same idea. He's got an Excalibur here. Just pretend it's a friend, like pretty much going to be my carry if I do any damage with him. But again, you'll see the damage kind of you just chip away at it. And again, that's kind of what I have him geared up as. Those are his TMs. I'm going to show you all the characters and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to use them for. So here's your Stola. Everything from her is pretty much free to play. I mean, I don't think you want to use the things I'm using, but I'm using auto limit for her limit burst, and just I was looking for something that has hit points. I picked up this one here. That attack, whatever, is kind of useless. I'm just looking for the 15% hit points. Her gear is literally what you unlock from the raid and the events that are all free to play. Investment of the Mind is a TM. It's a high-end TM, but it is a free to play TM because we were able to farm during the event. This was really easy to get from Aiden, so you could have picked this up. I consider this free to play. Then I'm bringing Warrior of Light. He's a full break unit. Again, I just want to make sure he doesn't die. He's supposed to be my primary breaking unit, so I gave him as best gear as I could to make sure that he stays alive as long as possible. So I gave him some defensive accessories here, patches to be able to kind of heal himself a little bit and get him some MP back. Same thing with the Ring of the Lucia, making sure that he's healing himself and bringing back his MP. So that's kind of what I got those two for. And this could, for you, if you don't have these, obviously, patches maybe you might have, because again, this is a free to play one. If you don't have Ring of the Lucia, I would put something on there that's gonna give you more health to kind of sustain those big hits if you do take them. All right, so I'm compensating hit points for a little bit of higher defense, so we'll see if he lives. This is my first time bringing it this way. And as far as his TMs go, or his abilities, I just trying to give him some more MP just to make sure that he's got MP to be able to keep full breaking. All right, so let's look at the stats here. So for example, what I'm going to be using here is Warp Break. Warp Break reduces the attack and defense. I want to make sure I got that break form. On Orlando, I'm going to be using Crush Weapon. Damages the unit and reduces attack and magic. And then for our boy Warrior of Light, he's going to be doing Full Break. So as long as Full Break lands, we will not be doing any of the other abilities because we don't need to. Then we'll focus on damage. Right, and our girl here, Yoshtola, her job is literally just to keep healing. There's nothing else. If we don't take any damage that turn, we're gonna dual cast Protectka to make sure that we stay on top of that. All right. So we're gonna jump right in. Empire of Light and Dark. Okay. So as you can see, I have jumped in and completed. I don't care about the limit burst. If I do have the limit burst, I will try to go for it. At the time I completed this, I brought a really weak friend unit to try and complete it. I was able to complete it. I brought 2 healers just for the hell of it, and that healer ended up dying because I didn't even look at their gear and didn't even have Esper equipped. But anyways, I did it that way, and that's it. All right, so let's jump on in. I'm not bringing any friends. I'm a one-man wrecking crew. So that's my party, as you guys can see. Okay, we went over everything. The one thing for items, I would probably bring a tent if you need it. We'll see. My first round when I went through here, I had 2 fights. I didn't even have enough to fill up my limit burst gauge all the way. So the story, I'm sure you guys can follow and enjoy it. I'll be skipping the story here for you guys. Essentially, what we're going to do now is I kind of introduced what's going on. Next time we meet, we're going to be at the boss, so that's where we're going to meet. All right, so just hang on, and then we're just going to smoothly transition into the fight for the boss, or actually when we're in the room. All right, so hang on tight. All right, guys, so that was a pretty quick run through. I'm not going to use my tent. I'm not going to use anything here. Should I jump in? But only if you prove yourself worthy by defeating me first. That's how he let us get away, putting on an act like that. So essentially what's going on, this is just a vision, obviously. Are you sure we have to fight him, Jake? Don't feel bad about it. He's just a vision now, after all. We should at least do him the honor of witnessing how he met his end. Alright, so here we go. So we're in the fight here. He's got 2 different swordsmen here with himself that are going to be we're going to need to take care of right away. So essentially what's going on here, I picked up Ramu here, because he has the spell. Essentially, it's right there. Make sure that he gets dispelled. I do have where is it, the spell here as well. So as I stated at the start of my thing, I like to, when you're fighting a boss that requires certain mechanics, you want to make sure you try and overlap certain things. Especially when you're limiting your units, what you bring, you want to make sure that you have some extra healing, some extra breaking, some defense, etc. All of those things you want to make sure that you bundle up into the characters that you bring along. So that's what I did. I'm overlapping certain things like the spell and break, right, to make sure that my units stay alive. Okay, so in this case, what I'm going to do, round 1, I'm actually going to Libra him. Actually, no, I'm not going to Libra him yet. I'm going to full break him right away. He's immune to defense and spirit break, but he is very susceptible to attack and magic break. So the full break really means nothing to us, but it is really good because the full break only costs 14 MP, whereas crush weapon costs 20, and it only does those two. So we want to make sure that we're playing that smart, right? In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to do presence of mind. We don't really need to do Shelga, but we are going to do Shelga in this case. I just want to double check something here. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to do Protectka and Shelga. Just because we're buffing already, might as well run it. It's turn 1, so we don't really have to worry about it too much. So make sure that we get that additional protection for it, right? So we're going to focus up on this first dude up here, and we're going to try and go Arm and Ham and Bacon Soda on this guy. Alright, so we're going to go here, start it off, and then try and get at least one chain in there. Try and kill that first dude as fast as possible. So if you don't have a lot of firepower, then don't worry, just take your turn, your time, but make sure that you break Wilhelm, because he's gonna be a tricky cat if you don't do it. And in this case, right off the bat, he's already buffed himself. So I want to make sure that so he's got defense and spirit. So this really isn't too huge right now, and I don't really need to dispel him right now. Priority is probably going to be defeating this dude before I start worrying about him, because next turn he's probably going to buff his attack and magic attack anyways. I'm going to have to break him again anyways, so you know, just let's play smart. So we're going to go in here, we're going to do presence of mind, we're going to do Courage, make sure that we stay alive, right? Boom boom. He's still broken, so we don't have to worry about that dude whatsoever. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna full break this monkey, and then we're just gonna blow him up like we did the other one as well, right? So again, depending on how you set up your party, this could either be a little bit more difficult or not, but as long as you have Wilhelm fully broken, or just make sure that his break is down, you're gonna be just okay. You're just gonna make sure, you know, he doesn't hit you hard, because these other guys are just annoying. They're not really gonna do too big of a change for yourself. Okay, so we're gonna make sure to double check he didn't buff himself yet, so we're just gonna leave that buff on there still. No biggeroo. Presence of mind, Courage, we're just taking it nice and easy. And what I'm gonna do this turn, I'm actually gonna Libra him this time, because if you guys know, these events currently have only been coming around once. We're starting to see some changes. The events are going to keep coming back, which is really good. But in the meantime, in case we never see this again, I want to make sure I pick up Wilhelm's character model, which is making sure I catch him and make sure that I get to keep him for record. Alright, so he's got about 1.5 million life, no elemental resistances, and you can blind him. You have about a 20% chance of blinding him. Alright, so what we're going to do this round, we're just going to test this, see if we get a chance to blind that bad boy. So 20% chance to blind, and he got blinded. So that is fantastic news. This guy here is going to be dead right now. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go down here. Oh. We're gonna stab him to death. Bye. Boom. See you later. Alright. So Wilhelm, there he goes. He's gonna heal himself. He's gonna use remedy on himself to make sure that he's not blind, like a boss. Now he's fully buffed, which is perfect, just what we wanted to do. Now we're gonna do presence of mind. We're gonna dispel this bad boy. Where did he go? Where'd you go? There it is, the spell. And because our buffs are also off, I'm blind as a bat today. We're gonna do Protectra. Okay, so he's completely debuffed. We're buffed up. We're ready to go. All right, so we're gonna go in here, and because it's cheaper of the two, we're gonna full break. So this round we're gonna full break for 14, and then next round we're gonna imperil. To make sure that his elemental resistance are down, so make sure that our light and our fire or any additional damage we do to him is worth the casting. Alright, so again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Divine Ruination, and I'm actually going to cast Fire Flask. Okay, because there's that small chance that he's going to get that blind. Why not? I'll try it 2 times against it to see if it works. So, he's missing. He's missing. No, he's not. He's not missing. I like to say that he's missing, but he's not really gonna miss. I'm gonna save this alt, the decreased damage. When he gets a little bit lower, he gets a little bit mad. Actually, a lot of mad. He gets pretty mad at you. Alright, really nothing else for her to do. This round, we're gonna throw down that Imperil to make sure that everything stays solid on him. So we're gonna go right through it here. Alright, so here we go. What's going on here? I'm thinking, I don't think we'll need it. I was thinking of doing cover, but I think in this case what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do the normal attack, and next round we will do cover. So we're gonna start it off. So like I mentioned earlier as well, it's gonna be a kind of somewhat of a slow grind down. Just pay attention to what he's doing, make sure that he stays broken as much as possible, and don't rush to keep re-breaking him, because he ends up remedying himself a few times throughout the fight. So at that point you're just gonna end up repeating yourself for no reason. So depending how you geared up your units, it won't matter. Like as you can see, my Warrior of Light is literally gonna stay at full MP the whole time because of the Ring of the Lucii. Plus he's got a little bit of evasion, so he's gonna be able to mitigate that. But because he's a cover tank, he's gonna jump in front of my units randomly to try and help them out. Okay, so he should be fully broken still. So at this point I am going to do a little bit of attacking. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna try and chain a little bit this time, see if we can land it. All right, so you should get a little bit of there, some elemental chains there, get that additional damage out in there to speed this process up a little bit. So there's the guard signal, weapon break. So snack, he's back to full. Boost defense and spirit, no problem at all for us, not at all. We're gonna do the spell, and then we're gonna cast Kiraja on ourselves right there. Boom. Alright, looking good. So in this case, because he's literally can't even jump, we're gonna just do cover. We're gonna do cover, no problem. He's got lance as well to be able to recover himself. So next turn I'll just lance and then we'll jump after that if we need to. Alright, so here we are. So now we're gonna go and full break him again. Make sure he stays on top of that. Make sure that he's gonna do his best. I'm gonna test this out actually. I just wanna see how much it won't make a difference. Now that I'm thinking about it, it really won't make a difference. Alright. Get that MP back. Honestly, I can't wait to Warrior of Light gets a 6-star. He's gonna be impeccable. He's gonna be so amazing. Other than having actual Wilhelm, I don't think there's a better unit to have as a tank, and I can't wait. I can't wait till he does it. So in this case, I do have Lance. I'm actually gonna use it on him to get his MP back. Boom, boom, good to go. I want to see if he will be able to get some MP back too if we do Osmosis. Actually, he's got Dusk Blade. Can you get us anything back? No, we got 1 MP back, so that really didn't do anything. No bigger rules. We'll make sure we keep cover up. We're gonna do Imperil this round. Yeah, just for fun, why not? And then we'll buff ourselves up. Boom, and Shelga, why the hell not? Why not? Boom, 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 boom. So you guys can see, depending on how you construct your party, I think you guys are going to be fine. And if you have the snack, you guys are going to be doing more than fine. Alright, so let's go. We're going to try and get a blind off on this bad boy. And this round we're going to do Divine Ruination with a strike. When he drops to, I believe, 20%, he uses a move, I think it's called Invincible Heart or something along those lines. Essentially what it does, he's going to heal himself. Yeah, he heals himself for, like, not a lot, like 40,000 or something. And he will, the thing that's interesting, he casts a buff on himself where his defense and spirit increases by like a huge ton. That's why you really need the spell. It increases his, oh there you go, look at that. He killed one of my units already. He increases his spirit by like 100%, and you have to dispel it. So you have to make sure they get that. Make sure they get that going. Presence of Mind. We're gonna raise that dude, and then we're gonna Kiraja that dude. Boom. So his attack and thingamajiggy's up. And this is why I said originally you want to have overlapping units, because now she can't really do anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to dispel this time with Warrior of Light because it's more important than anything else. We want to make sure that defense stays off. And because he's covered, well, guess what? I still got another unit. Even though one of my dudes died, I can still break his attack and his magic without having to worry about taking the full brink of his damage. Like, see again, he's hitting for nothing. And that's essentially what we want to make sure. We want to make sure that he stays in that state as much as possible. Alright, presence of mind. We're going to do Protect Ga and Kiraja this round. And this round, he's going to do cover. Okay, so this is the sure way of just taking your time and just smack him silly. Just don't let him bully you. That's all you got to do. Just don't let him bully you. Don't let this guy bully you. Alright, we're going to go in and do Divine Ruination. Actually, no, we're just going to attack. We're just going to attack. Get some MP back, and then we'll blow him up. The reason why I'm saying is, like, when we get him to 20%, when we get that threshold, then we just want to just poop on him real quick. So yeah, he also has a move. I forgot to mention, he also has a move that does has a chance of casting stop on your unit for 2 turns, I believe it's called. Yeah, the move is called like Shield Bash or Shield Slam or whatever. When he hits that unit, he's got a chance to stop him for 2 turns. No big deal. Noctis is not stoned or anything, so we are still good. We're still good. All right, let's speed this up a little bit. Less talking, more fighting. Let me check. I'm still good. I can use this. No big deal. Guard signal. His defenses are buffed up. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. No problem, bro. No problem. Dispel. Kiraja. Easy peasy. What do you want? Lemon squeezy. In this case, I'm not going to do anything. I'm actually going to do Nightblade. Boom, boom. Get those big numbers. 25, 26,000. Weapon break. Technically, what we could do is we could have brought Minfilia. She could have been really, really good in this situation as well. And the reason why is I think you can debuff these things if I'm correct. You can remove the. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, maybe it is. I can't remember. I really can't remember now. Boom. He's still completely debuffed. No problem. Let's get the party started. So this round we're gonna hit a little bit harder, try and push him down a little bit faster. Start off that, get in there. So there you go. If we do one more of those, and we're gonna be in the position to. There's the invincible heart. So we broke 20%. He heals for 40,000 and does nothing else. It is awesome possum. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dispel with Warrior of Light. Where are you? Dispel. Okay, I'm gonna dispel with Warrior of Light. I'm gonna break him with Orlando. I'm gonna use her ultimate. There it is. Perfect. And I think it wore off. Yes, it did. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm going to cast cover. Because he did nothing that turn, there's no reason for me to do anything else. I'm just going to set myself up and get ready for the last 20% of the fight. So it's nice and easy. So there we go. We're really, literally taking no damage. Smooth ride from here. Alright, so we're going to do one more decent hit here. Should bring us close enough to be able to finish him off with that ultimate finish. We're going to do a Fire Flask. So this should bring him pretty close, yeah. So in about a turn, we should be in a position to finish him off with a Limit Burst. A physical Limit Burst. Yeah, girl. Alright, we're gonna go Kiraja, Protectka. This is looking pretty good. Sweep. Nothing. Shield Bash. Shield Bash. Oh, and nobody got stoned. Perfect. We're pretty much ready to go. So, oh no, he did get stoned, did he? He did get stopped. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to prolong this for a second or two. Okay, we're just gonna re-break him. Even though he's gonna buff himself, I'm just gonna re-break him because my big damage dealer is sleeping. Okay, see how much damage you do. Alright, yeah, this is gonna be perfect. This is gonna be perfecto. Because these guys are the ones who are just literally there for support. I mean, that's what I set them up for. Obviously, Vortie. Just gonna heal these guys back up. So he should sweep, magic break, no problem, shield bash. Okay, so now he's stopped, which is okay. I don't really care if he's stopped. He does nothing good anyways. Karaja, spammable attacks. He can do it once a turn. Alright, so let's see if we can get him to blind him. If we can blind him, then he's gonna waste a turn using a remedy. He's not gonna blind himself. Weapon break, sweep. Alright, so Orlando should be awake this round. There he is. Okay, so this should be it. This should be the game. Divine Ruination. We're gonna save her and do nothing just in case we we don't do it. Alright, so we're gonna do Armitage followed by Divine Ruination, and that should finish everything off for us here. Okay, so in this case we got the 4-person clear and the limit burst. We did end up having one of the Noctises, my Noctis dying, so it didn't really matter. We didn't complete that other one, so that was nice and simple. Alright, my prince, Jake, please save our empire. Don't worry, we'll take care of it from here. Jeez, who am I talking to? He's just a vision, right? I'm sure he heard you. Wherever he might be now, his spirit is right here with us. But what happened to your allies who were brainwashed during the events in Zoldad? Them? They're on their way to getting better. I wouldn't have come along, you lot, otherwise. They all really depended on you, didn't they? I guess maybe I was wrong about you. Like a tiny pinch wrong? About this much? Oh-wee! Oh, so basically you're saying that you fall in love with me all over again. Ugh. And there you go again. Never mind, I was not wrong about you at all. Yes, Lid. You tell him how it's done. The power of visions and these crystallized memories. There are still so many mysteries that remain unsolved regarding the crystals. You are right. We can no longer afford to view them as nothing more than aids to us. That's kind of cool, I suppose. Finding out that it's a little bit more than just that, which is really cool. Really cool. So that's that. I'm going to show a quick look at my characters one more time again at the end of here so you guys can see them and make sure that nothing changed, because I did kind of like pause the video. So there you go. So we completed with 4 people and we did do the limit burst this time around. Alright, so let's go take a look at the units. Obviously, my guys are geared, as I said before. You can mix and match your units. If you're going for the Trust the Moogle, this should be a fairly simple fight for you. It shouldn't be too difficult. If you have at least one strong friend, build the rest of your units for making sure that Wilhelm is broken, and you're going to be just fine. Alright, so these are my units. Alright, Excalibur, Bracers, Quick Assault. He's not fully evasion built, as you saw. He did die. Orlando, he was my big damage chief. That's kind of what I geared him. He's my friend unit. Your Stola, free-to-play unit. Everything on her is free-to-play. Literally, these two are pretty useless. Like, auto limit was useless. I only used it once, so you don't really need this. You could put hit points or something on there, or MP. This is free-to-play, free-to-play. Successor is completely useless in this case. The attack 15% means nothing. The fire resistance means nothing. I literally brought it only for the hit points 15% because I didn't have another one. So I brought this for that. So this is still considered free-to-play in my mind because I wasn't utilizing anything else. Again, these things pretty useless here. The spirit buff here, so this one could be considered either way, but Water's God Protection is from Luca. It's Luca's TM. Boost MP and spirit by 25%. That's kind of what I wanted. I want to make sure that he had as much MP as possible in case of the breaks. But as you saw, I didn't really need it because of patches in the Ring of the Lucii, which really just made this a lot easier for Warrior of Light. Having one or the other will help you a lot, but the Ring of the Lucii by itself really is going to stand out a lot more if you do have it. Other alternative you can put on here is Soluna Ring from Cupid Artemios, I believe. I can't remember. Whatever, you guys will fix me in the comment section below, so no big deal. You can bring that. That's going to be just as helpful. Alright, so those are my units. I hope you guys can take care of this event. I do apologize for the fact that this came a little bit late. I didn't have enough time earlier to complete it. To be completely honest, today is Monday? No, it's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. That's probably when you guys are going to be seeing this video. I literally just beat it for myself today because I just finally had some time. So that's gonna be that. All right, guys. So hopefully this helped you out in any way. If it did, leave a like and hit that like and subscribe button. Stick around for future content. If you are having trouble, let me know in the comment section below. Give me your party breakdown. Like, what are their jobs, their roles, or whatever, and then I'll try and help you out as much as I can. Don't tell me like these are all the units I have. Tell me the units you want to bring and why, and then I'll if you're struggling with those, I can try and maybe fix some other ones. So you can say, for example, let's say you have 3 healers and you're not sure which one to bring. Be like, look, I geared up Yestola. This is what she's going to be doing. However, I also have Refia and Luca, right? And then we can see if I can do some alternatives like that or try and help you out. Okay, I do want to make sure you guys succeed. At least get that trust Moogle, because 10% is always awesome. All right, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will see you guys in the next video. Stick around for future content. This is Vortie, and I'm out of here. Peace.
I said it.